Alright. What if you took the same principles from a single player survival game and tried to apply them to a multiplayer game? What sort of changes would you make to the system? That's the basic topic of today's little quick thing of the changes that I've tried to implement for multiplayer in Al Naturel that make it differ from regular Minecraft. And now this is going to be one hell of a achievement. If you thought my hacking one in the HUD stuff was hard, this is impossible, so I'm almost certainly going to stuff up somewhere here. As you may have gathered, look at my little friend there. Hello, can you wave back? I don't know how to wave, but I can look around. There we go, isn't that delightful? So I'm trying to control two computers at the same time here, one of which needs to be muted with various reverb things going on, so yeah. Okay, so first thing you might have noticed is there is no name tag or visibility upon my friend here. So, in Au Naturel, what you see is what you get. If your friend is hidden by objects or blends into the background, you cannot see them. So let me give you an example. I'll just take over my other computer here and I'll, how do we do this? See if I can run behind that wall. Hey, there we go. And bye-bye. Whoa. Am I there? Can you tell? If you looked around, you wouldn't be able to see me. But if I pop back out, oh, it's me again. There we go. So line of sight, colours, things like that, all have distinct real properties. You can actually hide from people. Let me turn that brain off. Whether here. Because, I mean, it still works, but, you know, makes it hard to demo anything. Yeah, you can't see people's name tags. You do not need to shift to hide or anything like that. It's just normal and natural things. If your player friend there goes too far away, you're not going to be able to see them, or if they hide anywhere out of sight, you're not going to be able to see them. So that's the first change. Real visibility, it actually matters now. You can hide, you can not be seen, you can stalk through forests, yada yada yada. Second change. Let's start with text chatting. So let me see. I am going to try to chat with myself. Boom. Big old dirty man there having a chat. Now that works all well and good, but what if I run further away? I've got to go a fair distance. I've set up two little lantern things there in the distance. Let's see if this works. If I now try to send the same message. Aha. Yes, you'll see that as you get further away, your text messages start to become corrupted. And you're going to have to take my word from this. If I walk even just a little bit further away, out of the range of that, and try to send message again, which I have just done, still can hear me, but inaudible. If I walk even further away and send it again, haha, nothing. You'll just have to take my word for it that I have tried to communicate with my original player, but it doesn't come through because text messages have a maximum range. Once you get outside that maximum range, you will not be able to talk to another player. There's a little bit of a grey area where the text is technically transferable, but parts of it will be corrupted and inaudible. So again, communication becomes very meaningful in Au Naturel. What's the next piece of the puzzle? How about actual voice communication? Now, you're going to have to bear with me here because this is me talking on my relatively sexy microphone. And this is me trying to talk on my relatively 10-year-old cheap as crap, barely operational in-game microphone. So hopefully you see that. In Au Naturel, by default, by pressing the V key, you can talk in universe through the simple voice server. Yeah, you can talk to people around you. But much like the text corruption, there is a maximum limit to how close or far you can be from someone before you cannot hear them. Let's see what happens here. Hello, person. I'm off in the distance. Can you hear me? And now I'm going to run even further away and try to talk through my little avatar. I've marked up this, see this little, oh, there we go. It's off in the distance. See, I've marked up this little tower because beyond this point, I should not be able to hear him. Let's see what happens. I move on. There I am, I'm off in the distance, and now I'm going to try to talk through my characters. And I know that was probably a bit anticlimactic, but you'll just have to trust me that I can't hear the actual character. What if I just run at myself screaming? Bear with me. Well, that was pretty cool. I've got no idea what that's going to sound like on the bloody recording. Yeah, so voice is like semi-realistic. You've got limits to how far away people can be while they hear you, and the voice will be sort of eventually like knocked off till the point where you're completely inaudible. Now you might think that that's it. There is one more thing. By default, everyone spawns with this cute little puppy. Now, see? There's a hotkey. I think it's the tilde key, or the little key on my keyboard anyway, like the sort of backwards apostrophe thing on the tilde key thing. When you press this, and you may or may not have to press your voice command as well if you've got push to talk enabled. I think the settings for the radio and the voice. It's going to be one of those days. The settings for the voice and the radio are by default under the F6 and the F9 key. So you might have to play around depending on your own technical setup. Now, the radio is different. The radio enables voice communication over theoretically unlimited distances. When you are listening on the radio, people in your vicinity who do not have a radio will be able to hear any communication that comes on, both from yourself and from anyone you are talking to or broadcasting to on the radio. Depending on your, well, it doesn't really depend on your distance. If you want to talk to someone over infinite distances, you need to use the radio. So I'm going to send my happy little other avatar over up to the well, I could send him all the way up to the top of that mountain, but it'd probably take forever for him to get there. Oh, let's do it. Let's send him over. So you'll just have to bear with me, and I'll try and entertain myself while I'm trying to run off, and we'll just see what happens visually. Oh, it's going to take him a long time to get there. Oh, yep, okay. Yep. This assumes that I don't hit anything on the way, like some sort of hostile animal that kills my other player. Alright, off he goes. He's running across bridge 1. Running across bridge... I said running across bridge 2. Right, he's just gotten to the other side of the beach. Oh my god, that mountain is like ridiculously far away. Alright, let's just call it. Let's just try it from here. Alright, here we go. Hello, I'm talking to you via a radio. There you have it. So yeah, you need to press the radio button to transmit. Oops, again. That one by default. And by default, I think V is the voice one, so I can also talk to him. Hello, I'm talking to you back on the radio. Yes, that's pretty much it. The radio allows you to communicate with other teammates and things, irrespective of the distance. By default, everyone starts with a radio. Thought about changing that, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, those are your communication and multiplayer options. So yes, realistic lines of sight, realistic voice communication, realistic text communication. I mean, not that people are texting each other in real life, God forbid, what sort of losers would do that? Not quite realistic, I mean, it's radio. Infinite communication achievable via the radio. Now, if you press the F9 key, I think it is. Let's see if I can even see my F9 key. Oh, that's the wrong one. So F6 key. F6 key. There are frequencies which you have to be tuned to. The same frequency to be able to talk to each other on the radio. So, yes, you can, I believe, even have some relatively secret communications with teams and things like that via the voice radio. So there you have it. That's the multiplayer. Oh, no, wait. There's one more thing. Okay, let's change this guy's game mode to creative so he can get back to me faster. Alright, I'm just going to fly him in. Imagine seeing that, you know, some guy just randomly flying at you. Can people levitate? Ooh. Alright, let's set the time back so we don't die in the night. Time set day. Awesome. Now I'm going to have my little colleague here change his game setting over to survival, so he can die now. And because I'm such a mean person, I'm going to ensure that he does. Yeah. What's this, you say? Ah, yes, because we've got the player revive mod installed. So when a player is sort of notionally killed, they enter this state for roughly 100 and, I can't remember if it's 120 or 110 seconds. During this time, if another friend is online, they can come along and try to revive them before they officially die. So let's do that now. There we go, he's back up. Let me assure you, he has almost no health, he's got almost no food, and he's about to die anyway. But if you are playing multiplayer, it's a nice thing to be able to save your friends. You can then help them out a bit, give them some food. There you go. And it's raining, I can't be bothered. Give them some water. And generally escort them back to a sensible location, because they'll be very vulnerable to dying. Alright, this probably does help to have the weather clear so you can hear me. There we go, those are the multiplayer changes. Let's hope that this video actually worked. Thank you and ta-ta!